all the Pilgrims Pilgrims? And who are the Native Americans? Here's 5 things you probably didn't know about the first Thanksgiving. Hi, my name is Gail Neal and this is Jesus Stories, where we find out about Christian history and about heroes of the faith. 5 things you didn't know about the first Thanksgiving. First, half the pilgrims weren't pilgrims. When the Pilgrims decided to make the voyage to the New World, they were living in the Netherlands and they were pretty much broke. There was no way they could afford a trip like that. A London investor agreed to finance the trip. He expected to make his money back from exotic New World products like beaver pelts. Problem was, this investor was part of a larger investment group. The others wanted to ensure the return on their investment by including other non-pilgrim passengers. The Pilgrims didn't have the money to back up an argument, so they had to accept the new terms. Half, actually as many as 2/3 of the Mayflower passengers were not considered part of the Pilgrim community. Second, the word pilgrim became attached to the group because of a reference to Hebrews 11:13 in the journal of a Mayflower passenger named William Bradford. And like any good Puritan of his day, Bradford would have read Hebrews 11:13 from the Geneva Bible. All these died in faith and received not the promises, but saw them from afar off, and believed them, and received them thankfully, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. 3. The Native Americans who helped the Pilgrims were struggling themselves. You've probably heard of Squanto, who miraculously showed up speaking English to teach the Pilgrims the skills that they needed to survive. Squanto had been kidnapped and taken to Spain as a slave, but some monks blocked the sale because it was illegal. As a free man again, Squanto accepted Christ, taught himself English, and made his way back home again by joining an expedition to Newfoundland as an interpreter. When he made it back home in 1619, his entire village was gone, all dead. What happened? Squanto's village was part of the Potosi band of the larger Wampanoag Tribal Confederation. A series of plagues decimated Wampanoag towns between 1614 and 1620. Many villages like Squanto's saw a 100% mortality rate. Squanto was the only surviving member of his village, mostly because he wasn't there when the plague hit. Because of their reduced number, the surviving Wampanoag were in danger of attack from neighboring tribes. Both the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims were in trouble in 1620. 4. The Pilgrims weren't really as inept as we've always heard. The Pilgrims were meant to leave for the New World in the spring, but because of the aforementioned investor negotiation, the Pilgrims didn't leave until September 6th. There was no chance that they would arrive in time for the growing season. Instead, they arrived just in time for winter. But at least it would have been a Virginia winter. The late date also put the Pilgrims in the path of fierce Atlantic storms, which pushed them 200 miles north of their intended destination. The Pilgrims planned for a Virginia summer and ended up with a Massachusetts winter. Getting to land from the ship was so difficult that most passengers spent the first winter on the Mayflower, which was not meant to overwinter in a hostile climate. That first winter, as many as 3 people per day died from dysentery, pneumonia, tuberculosis, scurvy, and exposure. Those who survived finally came ashore in March of 1621 as the growing season finally began. 5. Turkey wasn't on the menu for the first Thanksgiving. The Wampanoag brought venison, while the Pilgrims provided fowl, but that was most likely duck or goose. They lived near the ocean, so it's likely fish, oyster, and lobsters were also likely on the menu, but no turkey. Turkey wouldn't arrive on the Thanksgiving table for another 300 years. Also, there was pumpkin, but no pie. Thanks for watching Jesus Stories. This channel is all about Christian history and about heroes of the faith, because so much of who we are is because of who they were. Please give this video a like. It really does help the channel. Please share it also with the people that you care about, and let me know, as always, let me know in the comments about what things you'd like to hear me talk about. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.